Good afternoon, everybody. Good evening, good morning, wherever you are. Welcome back to Visa Practice Excel with Emmy. If today is your first time, give us a comment, subscribe to the channel, share the video for other people to join as well. Our guest speaker will be with us in a minute, so let's stay tuned. We are not waiting for long. Once you come on, if you want to be interviewed, you just have to join the link I'll drop in the comment section, and then we go ahead. Yeah. Once again, welcome. We have been doing this visa prep for some days now. And so if you want to be interviewed, you join the link in the comment section. And then I'll admit you into the StreamYard link. And then we can interview ourselves and learn from each other. Share the link so that people can join. If you have not subscribed to the channel, just subscribe for me. And then let's do this. So our guest speaker is joining right away. Can I get some comments if you are here? I just want to make sure you guys are hearing me and you are prepared for today's session. Give a green tick if you are here. Let's make it interactive. All right. Thank you for answering my invitation, Mr. Bright. If you want to study come in, I see you joined from yesterday, last 2 days. So welcome back once again. If you want to be interviewed, just join the link and then we can. All right, Essie, are you ready to be interviewed? We don't want to waste much time. Hi,
Yes, please.
please. Good day. Ivan says he's here. Bright, Essie is ready. Can you please? Okay. So before we start with the interview session, I would ask Bright to share about his experience, his graduate application experience. Then he'll share about his visa interview process, and then how he practiced for the visa, and then we can interview AC right away. So Bright, can you please do the honor of sharing about yourself, your journey and then your visa interview process.
Okay. Um, Thank you for allowing me to be here, and I'm really grateful to also be here and be part in impacting lives and helping people jackpot from Ghana, Nigeria, wherever we are, to either the US, Canada, or wherever we want to go. So for myself, I was also like one of the Mastercard scholars. So when I was in third year, I applied for the scholarship and I got it. And I joined the train to come to the US to come and complete my undergraduate and also um, pursue my master's. And after that, I've been acquiring some skills here in the States, and you see where the Lord takes us after that. But for my visa interview experience, I think because I was part of the MasterCard, it made things a little bit easier. But one thing too is that during the time of our visa processing, like that was at the peak of COVID, in the midst of COVID, so things were really tough, and it was even difficult to get like an emergency appointment. And I think right now, if you still haven't gotten a date, then you should be thinking about emergency appointments where you can write them a letter and tell them, oh, your school's reopening date is maybe within 60 days or so. So they should consider giving you an emergency appointment. So that's what happened. So I had an emergency appointment and I joined the scholars to go, and we went in batches. So let's say the first batch went a week later or so, or maybe I think a day later or a week later. Then the second batch went and the third batch. So I was part of the second batch, and because we're a lot, we prepped ourselves a lot, and we read a lot of transcripts. So when we got there, it was very easy. Not very easy, but I think it was fair. So that's just a little bit about my journey. Yeah.
All right, thank you for sharing that. I would then go let you go ahead and prep Essie. I think Essie has been joining for the last 2 days, and so we are looking to see some improvement. Favor is here, so once you are done with Essie, Favor can also be interviewed.
Okay. So Essie, before we proceed, can you tell me like if you have a full funding and what your program is before we proceed and the university so that I would know how to put the questions.
Okay, so I have a partial funding, and my program is Masters in Technical Communication at Missouri SMT.
Okay. Okay. Masters in Technical Communication.
Yes, please.
Okay, that's nice. Congratulations on your admission. Okay, so
Thank
Essie, let's
you.
proceed. Pass me your documents.
Here you go.
Oh, that's a very nice shirt. How are you doing today?
Thank you. I'm doing very good. How about you?
Oh, I'm doing very good too. Okay, so what did you study during your undergraduate studies?
I hold a bachelor's degree in Information Technology Management from the University of Professional Studies. My program focused on the intersection of technology and business, covering courses such as automation and business processes, computer network and system
Okay,
analysis.
why did you choose to study that course?
Please come again. My undergraduate program.
Yes.
So I chose to study information technology management because I wanted to gain skills and knowledge in technical skills when it comes to merging business with IT.
Okay. Um. So why do you want a master's in technical communication. Why don't you just go to Legon and take a master's in communication studies?
So I opted for technical communication at Missouri S&T because it combines my passion for information technology with my strong communication skills, preparing me for a career where I can bridge the gap between complex technical information and diverse audience. The program focuses on the practical application of technical communication skills, including writing, editing, project management, which will help me gain experience in industry standard software and collaborate with professionals on real world projects.
Okay, that's nice. It's like you know what you want to do. So I see you have a partial funding. How are you going to cater for the deficit?
I have secured an educational loan amounting to $50,000 from Empower Financing. This loan is so flexible that I get to pay after my post graduation, 6 months after my post graduation, with a 10-year payment plan.
So I believe the loan you have to start paying the interest whilst you are in school. How are you going to do that?
Mr. Emmanuel, my uncle, who is a petroleum engineer and owns Petrol Marine Consult, which specializes in the procurement of POS system, gas monitors for institutions like Ghana Ports and Harbour, Ghana Maritime, and earns an annual income of about $102,000, will be covering my interest payments during my studies. He's so he's been so supportive of my education and believes in my potential. He has sponsored my cousin to University of Eastern London, where she pursued an undergraduate degree in hospitality management, and back in Ghana, working in one of the top hotels.
Okay, so what are your plans after school?
I'm excited to pursue my master's in technical communication. After completing my degree, I plan to return to my home country, Solar Taxi for that matter, where I will apply my expertise in developing user-centered documentation and improve our content strategy, enhance our communication efforts as the leading e-mobility company in Ghana. My ultimate goal is
Um,
to,
so do you know any of the courses you'll be taking the first semester?
yes, I'll be taking courses like professional writing, business writing, technical writing, and
Okay.
scientific writing.
Okay. I
It's
think we
okay.
can
I'm approving
a
your visa.
second year. Yeah, just so that everybody can be interviewed. We need to a minimum
Uh,
of 3 minutes should be okay for everybody.
okay. So I think that's fine. And I just have some few comments. So when I asked you why you studied what you studied at UPSA, University of Professional Studies, I think you didn't expect that coming. So I think you struggled just a
Yeah,
little bit over there. Yeah. So just look at that. Sometimes they ask that why communication or why whatever you read. So just look at that. And also when I asked about the loan, I did you shouldn't have allowed me to ask about your uncle or who is going to pay some part of it. Just you should just put everything together and give it as one big ball. You understand? I think apart from that, you did well. You did well. You really did well. Yeah.
thank you.
Okay. Let me turn off my video so that the bandwidth can help those who are in Ghana. I think you are muted.
I think yesterday the feedback was that we need to put one video on. So at least if I put mine off, you have to put yours on. I don't think it really does affect them. If their video is off, that should be fine. Okay, so I see lots of improvements with the feedback we have been giving over the last few days. There was not much comments on our end, just preparing for any questions at all. So You shouldn't be caught off guard when you're asked a question that you don't know. So now that Essie has been interviewed, you stay on to interview Daniel. Daniel, are you ready? I think Daniel is not ready, so we can interview Unice.
I'm ready.
Okay, Essie, please
My
interview Daniel.
network.
Okay. Hi, Daniel. Daniel,
Daniel,
please, are you there?
um, it might be a connection problem. Eunice, are you ready to be interviewed?
Yes, I am. Good
Okay.
evening.
Essie, let's do Eunice.
Hi, Unice.
Hello, good evening.
How are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you. And you?
Please, can you tell me about your post-graduation plans?
Okay. I plan my study, first of all, is in Master Cybersecurity at St. Louis University, Missouri. And after my study, I plan to come back to take up a role as the head of the ICT department in my current place of work. I work as an ICT assistant in my place of work and also a part-time shadow teacher. Hello?
Okay. Eunice,
Yes.
so why do you want to study now?
Pardon?
Why do you want to study now?
Why I want to study now?
Yes.
I choose to study cybersecurity because of the need, the high demand of personnel in this field, post, especially in the academic field. Post the pandemic, there's a drastic shift from the normal paper trail and one-on-one classroom teaching, and it shifted to this cyberspace where both admission, student and staff records, and other sensitive records are being stored online. And the need for protection and security of privacy is quite high. So demand for cyberspace privacy and security is quite high. Hence, the position it needs to be filled by experts. I'm done.
Yeah, Essie, we are waiting for you.
Sorry, my network went off a bit.
Yeah.
Why should I grant you this visa?
Granting me this visa will give me the opportunity to come to the country that it's hello.
Hello?
Please, let's make
Okay.
this interactive so that it will be fun when someone later joins to watch. Okay, I think it's very slow.
Yeah.
Eunice, your voice is very low. I don't know if that is confidence or where you are right now. We barely can hear your answers, though we know you are saying something about expatriates and coming back to your home country. So you want to work on your voice and your confidence. Bright, do you have any feedback for Eunice?
Yeah. So Eunice, when
Yeah.
Essie asked about the first question she asked about your post graduation plans. I
Yes.
think,
Yes.
yeah. Um, I didn't really see any solid answer there, but let's put that aside. But when she asked you about um why cybersecurity,
Yes.
I think the answers you gave, if I were to be visa officer, for me, it wasn't catchy enough for me. I think you need to really work on it. And when we are being asked why we are studying something, it shouldn't be about us. It should be about a problem we've seen somewhere that we want to solve. So when you are
My
asked why do you want
my
to
response was not about me. I said post the pandemic, the need for, because everything tends to be online now, the need for the security of information stored online and handling of all those information, the privacy, and to it wasn't about me.
Okay.
Yeah, it's more
okay.
about the information
So
of the
okay, then
school. Yeah, yeah.
I think it was about the delivery. For me, it
the
was
okay, yeah.
just
So I think then in that case, it's about how you put it out. It should it should be like articulate. Yeah, it should flow. So I think when you're answering the question, you should have that confidence, and also the answers should just flow. I don't know if maybe it's where you are now that maybe there's a lot of people that you are talking undertone, or that is just how you talk. But I think you you have to exude some confidence when you are answering the question.
All right, thank you.
Yeah.
yeah. I think Eunice, I'll drop Eunice. She's been on the call stage for a while. And then there is Daniel that his network was not working. Elijah is on the call. I've added Daniel again and I've added who did we interview right now? AC, right?
Yeah, so Essie interviewed Unice.
Okay. So I've admitted everyone in the backstage now. Favor, for some reason I'm not able to add you to the stage. Um so I'll kick you out and then you try to join again. Okay, so Rehan, are you ready to be interviewed?
Yes, ma'am.
Um, can you tell me a little bit about yourself? So for me to avoid that question, you can drop your bio or a um short message about yourself in the chat. And so before I get to you, okay, so Rehan, tell me about yourself.
Well, my name is Mohammad Naeem, and I am willing to complete my bachelor's in computer science, where my majors are auditing, computer and information systems, security, and information assurance. From US, I have completed my intermediate from Telangana State Board with a percentage of 96.5, and I want to be a full stack developer.
Okay, how are you funding your studies?
So, ma'am, my father is going to fund my education.
Um, are you having a deficit?
What?
Are you having a deficit or full funding? How?
Pardon?
Okay, so I think what she's trying to ask is, do you have a loan or your father is going to fund everything?
My father is going to fund everything. I don't have any loan yet.
Okay.
Okay, so Rehan, when I ask you about how are you funding your studies, you want to tell me that your father, who is this and is working in this company, earns an
Okay.
annual of this amount is funding your education. So you
Okay.
want to talk about how much your dad is earning, what makes him sufficient to be able to fund you, right? That's why it made me ask other questions. So for the sessions we have been having for the past few days, we say that if you're answering a question about funding, make sure you're closing all the loops up so that the visa officer doesn't have the chance to ask you other questions again.
Okay, ma'am. Can I say that again?
Yes.
So,
Okay.
Uh,
So
my
when
father is going to.
okay.
Okay, can I say it? Okay, ma'am. So my father is going to fund me with the savings of 45 lakh rupees, and his annual income is 27 lakh per annum, and he owns a business of textile in Hyderabad.
Okay, that's nice. So you can also add that he has been the one funding you since undergraduate. So he's
Yep.
committed to fund you throughout your education. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
okay. So what are your plans after school?
Pardon, ma'am. I can't hear you.
What are
what are
your
your post?
plans after school?
What?
What are your
Okay.
plans after school?
Okay, so what are your post graduation plans after you complete school? What do you want to
Uh,
do?
I want to be a full stack developer as there is a lot of earning potentials for these professionals in India.
Okay, so I think that was very concise, but I think next time you would like to add that you would be coming back to India where you take a position as a full stack developer in that
Yeah,
maybe a company you create or a company that is already there that maybe you've done an internship with, and so that you help them with the skills you've acquired from the school you attended in the US. I think that should be how it should go, right?
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you want to tell them that you are coming back because the way you provided your answer, it could be that you'll be working from the US. So with the F1 visa interview, you want to show strong ties to your home country. They don't want you to stay here after school. So you're telling them that I will come back to assume the position of a full stack developer in this company where I have done an internship before. I've worked with them before, correct?
Yeah, ma'am.
Okay.
Can I repeat that answer again, just to clarify about that?
Okay.
Ma'am, I want to be a full stack developer as there is a lot of earning potentials for these professionals in India, and I have a strong commitment to contribute the technological sector in my home country, and my strong country and city ties, including my family property ownership. So that is definitely I will come back to my home country.
Okay. Why should I approve your visa?
Ma'am, as I am dedicated and high achieving student with a clear mindset of pursuing a bachelor's degree in computer science, where my strong academic background, including my 9.8 GPA in 10th grade and 96.5% in my higher school, demonstrate my commitment for education. So I think that I should get my visa approved.
Okay, so why should I approve your visa? You want to talk about the fact that the visa is going to be an enablement for you to get to the United States to pursue the course you are going to pursue that will equip you with the skills to come back to assume your position. So let's say in my case, the visa officer asked me, why should I approve your visa? Hello, ma'am. Approving my visa will help me secure the F1 visa to go to the United States to study a global business management, which will equip me with the managerial skills to come run my non-profit organization back in my home country.
Okay. Okay, ma'am.
Okay.
Like
So
like that, na ma'am. Um the the studies in the US will like give me the essential and provided skills to
yeah,
contribute to the
so
technological sector in my home country, like that.
Yeah, so the visa should be an enablement for you to go to the United States because right now you've gotten admission, everything. So the visa is just something that will enable you go to the United States. Why do you want to go to the United States to study this program? What will the program give you? It will equip me with the skills. That what are you using that skills for? So by the time you put it in that frame, your answer should be quite solid enough.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so Rehan, we have been doing this series for quite some time now. I think today is the first time you are joining. We will not be doing it tomorrow and Sunday, but Monday we will be having this session again. If you have the opportunity, just tune in again. You can send your transcript, we can go through and then make the necessary changes, okay?
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah. I think the confidence is good. You just need to like draft the answers more better.
Okay. So any feedback for me? Like,
Right.
Yeah, I think that's what Amy has said. So when they ask you about what are your why this visa, you want to tell them that the visa will be able to enable you to go to the United States as a student where you would pursue the masters in uh, computer science or whatever you are doing, which will enable you to get the necessary skills in A, B, C, D, so that when you are done with school, you can be able to come back and come and help solve ABCD problems back in India. So yeah,
Okay.
is my rate of speech is
please come
hello?
again.
My rate of speech is okay, or
Yeah, I
Too
think
fast.
yeah, the rate of speech is okay. It's like you have it shows that you have the confidence. At least you have the confidence. Because if you go and you don't have the confidence, it becomes difficult for them to approve you. But once you have the confidence, that should be fine. You just need to put things together well, then you should be fine.
Okay. Thank you,
Yeah.
ma'am. Thank you,
Thank you.
sir.
So I see Rehan has been interviewed. Elisha, are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. Yeah, hello.
Okay.
Please, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, please,
Okay,
I'm
Yeah.
so
ready.
let me interview Elisha.
Okay. I've been
Okay.
able
Okay.
to add Favor to the stage, and so Favor will be next, and then the next person should be ready. I keep adding people and dropping them, so just be mindful so that once I add you, you'll be able to do it.
Okay.
Okay. So
Uh,
Elisha, before
Hello,
I
please.
start, I would like to
Hello.
know the course you are going to read.
Please, I'm
And
going to do. Hello.
yeah,
Yeah, please, I'm going to do masters in chemistry with
okay,
organic concentration at East Tennessee State University.
okay.
I think I have my profile on the page.
Okay, let me just quickly check the
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm reading it. Elijah
oh
Eastern
deficit
State
6K.
University.
Okay,
Yeah.
Cost of attendance is 41,000. Deficit is 6K, and then the course is chemistry. So
Yeah.
okay,
let's
Yeah.
go. Let's
okay.
go.
So I think that's very good. So let's continue.
Okay.
Um, Elijah, why did you study chemistry at either Legon or KNUST?
Um, Studying of chemistry has always been my passion right from high school. And so when I completed high school in the year 29, I decided to pursue chemistry so that I can become a lecturer in the studying of chemistry.
Okay, okay. So I think with this answer it's quite generic. If you want to give them that maybe um a certain problem caused you to develop interest in chemistry, and
Okay.
that is why you want to solve that. So
Okay.
you get it.
Yeah, yeah, I got it.
Because your profile is very cool. Cost of attendance 41, and you have like a
A
very good
6K deficit. So you
yes
want
six
to just
thousand
get yours
deficit.
on
Like
it,
it means
right?
6,000 deficit is not a problem at all.
Yeah.
Okay.
That is very
Okay.
good. But you need to get things right to get the visa approved because you are very close to coming to the US. Very, very close. Looking at
Okay.
your profile. So you need to tell them that oh, so ABCD triggered your interest in chemistry. So
Okay.
yeah.
So I always tell people that passion is not enough to convince someone to grant you a visa. So you
Okay.
first off stated that you have a strong passion for chemistry. So what was the question again?
So why chemistry? So what made you develop that passion? Definitely, maybe it's a problem somewhere
Yeah, so
developed
you
that.
find a problem, you find a solution. So I don't
Okay.
know, maybe something, let's say, I'm just saying, I don't know how this is related. Maybe the Food and Drugs Board Authority in Ghana is going well, and they have something to do with chemistry, like they approve anything at all. So let's say
Okay.
this is the problem. How are you coming back to solve the problem? And
Yeah.
that is
So
what should
yeah,
convince me
yeah,
to be
yeah,
able
yeah.
to grant you your visa, correct?
Okay.
So
Okay.
yeah. What are your plans after school?
Okay, after my program, I'll be coming back to my country, Ghana, to take up a role as a full-time lecturer in Adan College of Education, where I'm currently doing volunteering lecturing.
Great. I think that I do not have any feedback. That was precise. You are already there, so it means that it's feasible to do. Okay. And what is your study plan?
Okay, my program is a 2-year program, and it starts from the 19th of August to 19th of August 2024 to 31st December 2026. And so the program is made up of the coursework and then the thesis work. I'll be doing the coursework in my first year, whilst the thesis work I'll be doing that in my second year. So some of the courses I'll be taking in my coursework has to do with I'll be doing courses in organic chemistry, physical chemistry, analytical chemistry, and then inorganic chemistry. So all of them will add up, or all of them will make a total of 30 credit hours. and then my thesis work is a 6 credit hour, making a total of 36 credit hour in all.
Do you have any relatives in the United States?
No, please, I don't have any relative in the United States.
Are you married?
Yes, I'm married with a son who just turned 5 years, and my wife is also a professional teacher with over 10 year teaching experience. And I joined the first one hour for the just ended Ghana Teacher Prize 2023.
Are you planning to relocate your family to the US?
No, please, I'm not planning to relocate them to US.
Okay. So I think with this one, you can also say that you are not planning to relocate the your family to the US, but you plan to come back to assume the position of a lecturer in the school you are right now.
Okay, okay, okay,
Yeah, and I like the answer that you gave before this question. That was very detailed. Bright, do you
okay.
have feedback for
Please come again.
Okay, so I
um
think that's fine, but we didn't talk about the funding part. So how are you covering the 6,000 deficit which you have?
Okay, my deficit will be taken care of by my stepdad, Mr. Frederick Asmanu, who happens to be the chief manager for research, innovation, strategic, and policy division at the National Communication Authority. He's also the director for policy and regulation at Financial Inclusion Forum Africa, and he makes over 50,000 Ghana cedi per month.
Okay. So I think that is good. But just maybe next time just convert the 50,000 Ghana cedis into
dollars? Yeah.
dollars. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
okay,
So
to
I
everyone,
think
the feedback we are giving, we don't want you to come on the interview and repeat it. So if you have your transcript, you just try to make edits before you join. If you
okay,
are mentioning any amount, you want to equivalent into the dollar because the person does not know the CD. So it's you
okay,
are not leaving them to do the math. Make sure that you are making it easier for them to understand what you are saying.
okay, okay,
okay.
okay,
So I think overall your confidence was good. You had everything planned. Yeah, you
okay,
had everything planned very well. You
okay,
coming back,
Yeah.
your financial deficit. So the only part is where um if you are asked why you read the course you read or why are you going to
I
read
think
chemistry.
yeah.
So yeah, maybe you can just say maybe if in your village nobody has ever passed chemistry, or like you just have to
okay,
find a problem and try and solve it.
okay,
Since you're in the
okay,
teaching field and you said since chemistry is something you see, find a way around it. But don't just tell
okay.
them it's your passion. No, it's not just because you just didn't wake up and you got the passion. You understand? So
Yeah, yeah, I
yeah,
got it. I got it.
I think that was very good. That was impressive.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
So I'll drop Elisha today. I'm not able to keep people on for long. Favor has been trying to join since we started. Hi, Favor. Are you ready to be interviewed?
Sorry, Daniel too is here.
Yeah.
Good
Okay.
evening.
Yeah, Favor. How are you doing today?
I'm fine, thank you. And you?
I'm good. Why should I approve your visa?
Please come again.
Why should I
My
approve
network
your
is breaking.
Okay. Why should I approve your visa?
I want to pursue my master's in communication studies at Kent State University. With what I have learned and what I have experienced, I believe that I can do better and I can do more. So, gaining this international experience will help me develop will provide me with the necessary skills and knowledge I need to excel in my role as a content director.
Okay. How are you funding your studies?
My dad will be funding my studies. He's a renowned businessman. His business, Dawn Enterprises, deals with property sales and purchases in Owerri, Abuja, and Enugu State. He makes an annual income of $50 per year. He has about 26 workers, and this business has been in existence for over 15 years now. He's dedicated in sponsoring me because he believes that this education is a crucial investment in my future, and he believes that education is one of the best gifts a parent can give to the child.
Okay, I like that answer. But the answer before you said it will equip you with the knowledge and skills. I want you to be specific, and then you said something else that I wanted to point out. Bright, did you catch that?
Is it a $50?
No, the why should I approve your visa?
Yeah, I
Sorry,
think she said it well,
50,000.
but yeah. Oh, okay. I didn't hear 50,000. I heard $50. And for the why should I approve your visa? I think she said it well, and she added the cost and everything. But before, you should say maybe approving this visa will grant you the opportunity to go to the US to
To
study
study
this
this
course
program.
before you add what you said to it, which was also very good. So I think you get that part.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Favor, do you have any relatives in the United States?
Yes, I have two siblings in the United States of America. One is a US citizen. He lives in Katy. The other is on an F1 student visa. She's currently pursuing her master's degree in Texas Southern University.
Okay, very good. I like this scenario, so we can talk about it. So you have siblings in the United States. I don't want you to go ahead and tell me they are citizen and they're on F1 visa. Now the thought is that once you have a citizen or you know somebody in the US, the person can be an enablement for you to stay there after school, which is not the purpose of the F1 visa. So do you have any siblings in the United States? Yes, I have two siblings in the United States, but I plan to come back to my home country to do this and that with the knowledge and skills that I've acquired from this degree. Correct? So then if the that I think
Okay.
that's the only question, that if the visa officer wants to know more, they should ask you, but you shouldn't give them that information that this person is a citizen and this person is not. This person is on this visa. It just allows for more questions. It means your siblings go and they don't come back, they become citizens.
Oh, okay.
Do you get my argument?
Yes, yes, I get.
Okay. Okay. So what is your study plan?
My program duration is 2 years. I'll be taking a 32 credit hour with a 9 credit hour per semester. I'll be taking core courses like social influence, strategic communication, digital media, organizational communication. And in order to graduate, I must maintain a minimum of 3.0 on a 4.0 scale. After a successful completion of my master's program, I'll be coming back home to my country, Nigeria, to take the role of a content director in my current place of work, where I will apply the skills and knowledge I have gained to make meaningful contributions in my workplace.
Okay, I think that's a solid point. So yeah, I'm done with my feedback for you. Bright, do you have any feedback?
I think overall, like she knows what she's about and she's planned very well. She's rehearsed, and I think you should just keep it up and the Lord will do the rest.
Okay. Okay, so I see I'll drop Favor. I'll admit Collins. Please make sure you stay in the room if it says it's full so that I can add you when I drop somebody. Daniel Ernest, who is ready to be interviewed?
I'm ready.
Who is
This is
speaking?
Daniel.
Okay.
Okay, so
Did
let
you
me
drop
interview
your
Daniel.
profile?
Sorry. What did you just? Okay. Sorry. Okay.
Okay, yeah, Bright, you can interview Daniel.
Okay, so Daniel, why did you study sociology during your undergraduate or masters?
I don't have a master's
Uh,
undergraduate.
so why did you study sociology?
Well, sociology. I've always been passionate about sociology. Actually, I developed interest in sociology right from my Cambridge A levels, and ever since then, I've been trying to discover a lot of disparities, especially when I came in contact with crime and deviance, which was what motivated me towards my project work in undergraduate. When I focused on crime and technological advancements among University of Ibadan students, which made me discover the gap of technology having a negative impact on university students. With this, I was able to research further by discovering Professor Karen West, who is my supervisor at West Virginia University. And with that, I made mention of my particular situation, of which he shed more light to me and made me want to discover further on the disparities between technology and crime.
Okay, that's impressive. So, what is your study plan?
Well, my study plan is a 5 years program, upon which I'm going to be awarded a master's degree after my 2 years programming. After completing 2 years into the program, this will be done after fulfilling the criteria of having my master's thesis And in my first year, I'm going to be taking 9 credit hours, which will entails 3 courses: the sociological theory and methods, the data analysis, and an elective. And specifically in my
And
second year,
I want to believe you have full funding, right?
I have full funding, yes, officer, with a deficit of $2,022.
And the 2000, how are you going to take care of that?
Officer, my mother will be taking care of my deficit as she currently works at Federal University of Agriculture, Abeokuta International School as the head. She also has 2 acres of farmland in Abeokuta, where she makes a total annual income of
Okay.
$15,000.
So what are your plans post graduation?
Officer, upon completing my PhD program at West Virginia University, I'll be returning back to my home country, where I'll be taking up the position of a senior lecturer at University of Ibadan. I'm particularly excited about the academia of my own country, which is why I'm
So
going to be
do
imposing.
you have any teaching experience?
Yes, officer. Currently, I work at Educational Advancement Center, Ibadan, as a sociology Cambridge A-levels tutor, where I teach and prepare students for their Cambridge A-levels
Okay.
exams. I take three.
Congratulations, I'm approving your visa.
Yeah, I like the confidence. I like how this interview
Yeah,
went.
I think we've had you for some time now, and I think like this is really good. Like you've really improved, and the confidence is top notch, and everything is on point. Yeah,
Thank
and
you very much.
all I can say now is let's leave the rest in the Lord's hand. So
So, who was that? Ernest or Daniel?
that was Daniel.
Okay.
Daniel,
Daniel today was very good.
thank you very much.
Okay. So I've added Kwabna to the stage. Abu Bakar, Ernest, are you ready to be interviewed? Abu Bakar, Ernest, are you ready to be interviewed?
Yes, please. This
Okay.
is Abu Bakar. I'm ready to be interviewed.
Okay. Right, you want to do this?
Okay. Abu Bakar, let me see if I can. Can you tell me about the school and if you have a loan or you have full funding and the course before we start?
Okay. I'll be attending Southern Illinois University, Edwardsville,
Okay.
and I'll be earning 50% tuition, which covers 8,600 US dollars. Yes. And I'm
What is
having a
the course
deficit.
again? What course are you going
Please
to
pardon.
pursue? The course you are going to pursue.
Okay. I'm going to pursue higher education administration.
Okay.
Masters in higher education administration. Yes, please.
Okay. And what deficit do you have?
26,000 US dollars.
Okay. So let's start. And what did you study in undergraduate? So that
I studied religious studies.
okay. Okay, let's start. So Abu Bakar, pass me your documents.
Here they are, officer.
Okay. So I see you studied religious studies in undergraduate. Why are you going to study higher education now at your master's level?
Officer, higher education administration. The religious studies has some program which aligns with higher education administration. There are some courses that we study in religious studies, such as communication. The communication that I studied in my undergraduate studies will allow me to communicate effectively with students. I also studied logic and critical thinking, which perfectly align with some of the courses in higher education administration. This course will allow me to think critical and also give quick response to problem. Moreover, after completing my program, the religious studies that I studied will enable me to help students, guide them, to shape them, to also pursue their academic journey.
Okay, so I think this is a very tough one because
Yes.
there is a switch. Obviously, you are switching from religious studies to um higher education. And
Administration.
yeah, administration. And this is very tough to answer. Let me be frank, because whenever you switch, you have to justify, like, you have to have a solid reason why you are switching. And this one over here is very tough. So I think
Okay.
we have to find, you have to work and find like a very good answer for that. Maybe that question has never crossed your mind. Has it crossed your mind before?
No, it has never crossed my mind.
Yeah. So when you are answering it, I figured it out that it has never crossed your mind, and it's likely they asked you if
Mm-hmm.
they find out that you studied something
Yeah.
before, because definitely when you are going, you have your transcript in religious studies and things going, but here you are going to do higher education. So for me
Yes.
personally, with that question, if I were to tackle it, I think I would take it from a point that maybe I need to teach religious education, but then I need to teach it in a certain way. So that's why I'm going to learn the higher education. You understand?
Yes,
So
please.
I think you should, that particular question, take good care of it. Go and research well and see how you can answer it well, so that in case it comes into the interview, you don't become hot. Because there is a very likelihood that it can come into the interview. And when it comes, I don't want you to find yourself fumbling and trying to answer it whilst you cannot give a solid
Okay.
answer.
I also want to chip in this. There was someone that was switching from agriculture to nursing. She sent me some little information about her, and obviously I don't know her that much, right? So I did a chat GPT. Like, I did this in undergraduate, and I am going to pursue this, but I am scared of questions around the visa interview. Tell me or create a coercion between this program and this program, or justify how I can tell the visa officer. And he gave me a perfect answer. I copied everything to her and she drafted her story from that. So most likely this question will be one of your questions because this is a switch. So maybe you want to put it in chat GPT and see what it gives you, and then we can work on that. So you can like reach out to any of us, and then we can see how we can help you draft that answer for the question.
Okay,
Okay.
now let's continue. So, okay, so that this discussion has dealt with why higher education and why they switch, because it's very likely to come. Because whenever you go to visa interview, they always want to know what is fueling you, why are you studying the course you want to study, and from there they want to know the funding, and also they want to know your if you would come back after you study what you are studying. So those are the main three things. And for the second one, which is for the last one, which is what would you come back after you study what you are studying? It's very easy. We all like that. Oh yeah, after studying now, I want to come back to my home country where I'll continue to be a teacher at my school, or where I'll continue to come and take a position at this company. But where they normally get set is one, the thing we are studying, do we really have passion for it? And two, how are we going to fund it? So that is the two main things where like most of students get denied their visas because of these two main reasons. And we've talked about the first one, which is why you switched and why you are reading higher education. You should find a very solid answer for that. We've discussed that. So now let's go to the second one, which is the funding. So I see you have a deficit of $26,000. How are you going to fund that?
Okay. I've been awarded Geographical Enhancement Award of 8,600 US dollars. The rest of the deficit will be covered by my uncle, Mr. Ishak Hammond, who exports aluminium and copper scrap to India. My uncle is sponsoring me because he believes in my academic prowess. Moreover, according to my uncle, when he completed high school, he was having passion to become a businessman. Likewise, he was also
Okay.
having the
I
strength.
think at this point it's okay. Let's try and fix things up. So we understand your uncle is funding you. That is fine. Now you've stated what he does. That is fine. Now you have to state how much he earns, because this is somebody's sponsoring you. And you have to state that, oh, even during your undergraduate, your uncle was the one who funded you throughout your undergraduate. and was really impressed with the grades you brought out and how things are turning out from your side. And getting admission to Southern Illinois was like a very he was very happy about it and promised he will continue funding you. So you have to one state what he does, how he's related to you, how much he's earning. Tell them he has sponsored you before and he's willing to continue, which shows his commitment. Do you get it?
Yes. Yes, sir.
I think that is simple, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you have to go and draft like a whole transcript again. Think about the questions and write the answers down. Read through it. Don't chew it. Just read through it. Then I think you should be fine. Maybe next week when this session is organized again, you can join. Then we see how things will go from there. Okay.
Good. Yes, sir. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much. I think you are muted. Oh,
So I'm trying to see who we have next to interview. Elisha has been interviewed. Ernest has been interviewed, correct?
No, Ernest hasn't been interviewed.
Okay, Ernest, let's go. Right. Do you want
Okay.
to take Ernest? Yeah.
okay. So Ernest, let me see if you wrote some things in the chat before we
No,
continue.
I haven't written
Yeah,
anything
right.
like that.
Okay, so can I have the information? There's course, the school, and
Okay, the course is Masters in Public Administration.
okay,
The school is Georgia Southern University,
okay,
Okay.
and the cost of attendance is 39,000,
okay.
and I have a
Deficit
deficit of 8,000.
8,000.
Yes.
Oh, that's very good.
Saludin says, please tell him to check the award very well because the GEO awards is 8,436, not 8,600. I think that's the person before Ernest. So please take note of that before you mention different figures at the visa interview. Okay, let's go on.
Okay, so tell what did you study in undergraduate? What was your
I,
thesis on?
I studied business administration at Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, and my final year thesis was on the impact of information technology on humanitarian logistics.
And how is that related to public administration?
Okay, so my thesis focused on how various technologies and devices can assist during disaster management, and this has an interlapping role in public administration where information technology helps to address various social impact issues during disasters.
Okay, so yeah, if you want to coin that disaster part, you should know that you should be able to tell them that during disasters, the faster information moves, the faster people are saved. So
Yes,
you get it.
thank you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, but then tell me why you want to study masters in public administration.
I want to study masters in public administration because after my organization, my current place of work, undertook a project in the Upper East region of Ghana, specifically the Boku municipality, I witnessed firsthand the neglect of the girl child in some marginalized communities in this region, and this ignited a passion within me. I witnessed some of the challenges these girls face, such as early marriages, teenage pregnancy, and also inadequate healthcare, especially when it comes to things related to their menstrual hygiene. And I'm confident the public administration program would offer me the skills and knowledge to empower these girls and also drive a positive change in these marginalized communities.
How is public administration going to empower you to help solve these problems you stated?
In my public administration course, I'll be studying courses like international non-governmental organization, board governance, and also resource development, which would equip me with the skills and knowledge to empower these young girls.
Okay, let's keep that one there. So I think you need to find strong reasons to justify why you are studying public administration. Sometimes for the social sciences, it's very difficult to find some reasons. But for this, I think you should sit down and find very strong reasons why you are really studying public administration. You've said some things which are all right, but for a visa officer, they will think maybe you are not coherent, like these things are not together. So you get it. You have to find, because you have 39,000 cost of attendance and 8K. That is very good. That means you are very good. So you have to just find a way, put the things together, because one, they will definitely know why you want to study the course you want to study. And if they found out to study business administration, they would like to know why maybe you are doing public administration instead of continuing with the business administration. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So that is good. So let me continue with the other part of the question. So let me just ask this. Why should I approve this visa for you?
Approving this visa would enable me to pursue my master's in public administration with a concentration in non-profit management, where I'll gain the in-depth knowledge and skills to drive a positive change in rural communities here in Ghana. And I would also upon my return, I would take up the position of a
Okay,
lead
I think
program
that was good.
coordinator.
That is good. Yeah, I think that for this one, you really answered it well. The visa enables you to go to the US to pursue this course where you gain these skills, and when you come back, you use the skills for this. So that is the format for that. I think that is good. So here I see you have a deficit of $8,000. How are you planning to fund that?
Okay, my deficits will be covered by my stepdad, in the person of Mr. Prosper Mensah. He's the Southern Regional Manager of Olam Foods Ghana. Olam Foods Ghana is a multinational company here in Ghana that exports cocoa beans and cashew nuts to countries in Europe and Asia, and he earns an average annual salary of 50,000 US dollars.
Okay, I think that is also good. But just remember to add that maybe he has sponsored you before in undergraduate and is willing to continue his commitment. Understand? Yeah.
Okay.
To show
Okay.
to show his track record of sponsoring you. I think that is very good. If you add that, oh, he sponsored me throughout my undergraduate and is willing to continue sponsoring me, I think that's a very solid point. Yeah. So I think for you, the rest of the questions we didn't have much problems. The only one is, in case they ask you what did you study in undergraduate and why are you not continuing business administration and now you're doing public administration, which is almost the same thing, but you have to find a strong reason for that. And when they ask you why are you studying public administration, which is normally the first question they ask everybody, they ask you why civil engineering, why business administration, why chemical engineering. Those are the questions. Or sometimes they can ask you, so why Illinois University, why Southern Illinois University? So yeah. So if I ask you right now, why Southern Illinois University, what would you say?
Okay, the school is actually Georgia Southern University.
Okay, yeah. Why Georgia South University?
Okay, I chose to study in Georgia Southern University because the school offers a concentration in non-profit management. Unlike other schools which offer the non-profit management as a single course, Georgia Southern offers it as a specialization, and this is a very key interest for me. And
Okay,
it would
I think that's fine. So yeah,
There was a specific thing
yeah,
that drew you to the
yeah.
school.
So normally when you are asked this question, that is how you should answer it. You should say maybe they have a specific course which you are interested in, and upon searching a lot of catalogs, you didn't find it in any school except that school. And also you reached out to a professor who maybe you have interest in his work, and that is the reason why you are at that school. I think that is very fine. So I think in all you are doing fine, but you just have to get a solid reason for why public administration. Then you should be okay. Yeah.
okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you too.
So I'll drop Ernest and then we'll add Jay. Jay is here, Rafael is here. Jay, Rafael, who is ready to be interviewed?
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay, let's go. Right.
Okay. So Rafael, before we start, can you tell me about your course so that I will know and if you have a deficit and yeah. What course did you study in
Okay, thank you
undergraduate?
very much. Uh, BSc in architecture.
Okay,
Can you hear
architecture.
me?
Yeah. And what are you doing is the master still architecture? Hello, Rafael. Hello, Rafael. I think we are
I
not
think
hearing
we're
from Rafael.
up, so can we do Jay?
Hello, Jake.
Hi Jay, are you there? Rafael is trying to join again. I just added him.
Hello, Rafael. Oh, okay. I think the network it's not stable. Let me turn my video off and see. Hello, Rafael. Okay, so Emilia, can you add someone else so that if there is anybody, then we can continue with the person.
If there's anyone that wants to be interviewed, please join the link. If there's not anyone, we can end the session for today. And then we are going to have another session on Monday.
I'm here now. Hello.
Okay, is that
Hello.
Rafael?
Yes, this is Rafael. Good
Okay.
afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon. Emmy, can you turn your video off so that at least it can help their bandwidth? Okay, I think this should be fine now. So Rafael,
Yes.
you studied architecture during the undergraduate. Is that the same thing you are going to do for the masters or the PhD?
Yes, the same thing for masters. Master of
Okay,
Architecture.
okay, that is good. And do you have any loan or how are you funding it?
Yes, I got a funding from Empower Financing,
Oh,
over
okay,
$45,000. And I
okay,
also have over $8,000.
for
So
yourself.
altogether. Yes, and also $15,000 scholarship from the school.
Okay, so what is your cost of attendance itself?
It's over $51,000 a year.
Okay, so
Yeah.
51,000 and the okay,
Mm.
yeah. Then I don't sure. So let's continue. So Rafael,
Okay.
welcome.
Thank you
Um,
very much.
what motivated you to study architecture during undergraduate, and what was your thesis on?
When I was young, I saw so many buildings around, beautiful buildings, even bad buildings, and I just got attracted to it. And then I wanted to become a designer to design the most beautiful building in the world, according to me by then. So, and then I got that passion for architecture to design buildings, to build also since childhood.
And what was your thesis in on the final year thesis?
Okay, I designed a factory for palm oil, a palm oil factory. That was my final project.
And what do you think pursuing a master's in the United States will do to you other than pursuing a master's in Ibadan or some other place?
Okay, thank you very much. Presently, right now, I'm working with Benue State Urban Development Board as the development control officer, the assistant though. So I want to go to the US to study my masters to get more skills to come back. So I'll be promoted to the main development control officer, the whole of Benue State.
Okay. Um.
Okay, I think I'll take it from Bright because he has a work call. He actually made me know that he might get a work call. So I'll take it from him and then
Let me end this one then.
Okay.
So okay. Um. So I see you have a deficit of almost $40,000. How are you going to fund it?
36, 36,000.
Yeah, that's why I said almost
Is
40,000.
it me? That's from the partial scholarship. Yeah. But I got funding from Empower Financing over $45,000.
So is that the answer?
So I funded from there.
So
And yes, and also I have $8,000 as my savings.
no. So okay. So let's do this whole thing again.
Okay.
So when I asked you about why you were studying architecture, you just said you saw buildings and you wanted to design them.
Okay.
So I think when they ask you why you are studying your course, you should find a problem and you are trying to find a solution to it. So that stimulated your interest. It's just not that because you like them.
Okay.
So maybe when you were growing up, you saw how buildings were being collapsed, how buildings were poorly maintained, or how public buildings were poorly maintained in Nigeria or some other
Okay.
place. And that stimulated your interest to ask questions that why can't these buildings be maintained so that it will take very long time for them to reach their design life or something. And that stimulated
Okay.
your interest to learn more about buildings and vertical stuff. So later
Okay.
on, you found out that reading architecture will really help you to know why and how to maintain these buildings. You understand? So
Yes,
that
sir.
is one. So when you say that, they'll say, oh, okay. So during my final year, we're tasked to design or to work on a palm oil production some factory where you took a gallant step in helping to design so and so for the palm oil production site, and
Okay.
you built it, and today it's standing there and it's generating millions of revenue for people and giving employment to people. You understand?
Okay. Yes.
And currently I work at the Ibadan State Center for Development, where I think things could be done right if in some certain way. But to be able to get to that place to help do the things, I need this masters to help me do A, B, C, D. You get it?
Okay.
Now, the cost of attendance. Yes, upon my application, the school gave me a scholarship of 15,000, and even after that, I have a deficit of 36,000. I opted
Okay.
for an Empower loan, which the school has approved. So this Empower loan will cover my cost of the rest of the deficit. You understand? And I have a
Okay.
payment plan, a flexible payment plan, which is so and so. Yeah, so you state those things. That is how you go about it. You don't just say, oh, I have 15,000 from Empower or 45,000 from Empower and I have 8,000 myself. No.
Okay.
You see how
Okay.
I put it? So
Yeah. Sorry.
so now you need to go and write them down very well before you come
Okay.
back. You
All right.
understand?
Thanks,
Yeah.
sir.
Okay. So
Thank
immediately I'll
you.
take the next one, then I'll continue from there.
All right. Thank you.
who did we just interview?
That was Rafael.
Okay. I added Kwabena Boahin. I think you've been joining for a while now. Let's do this. Comfort, can you mute yourself and
Hello.
Comfort, can you mute yourself?
Hello.
Okay, can you mute yourself for a second?
Okay. Okay. How do I even do that?
Mm-hmm. Okay, I'll drop you. Okay, I muted you. All right, come now. Let's go. How are you funding your studies?
My father, Ebenezer Justice Arthur, is the one funding my education. He is the founder and the CEO of Ebenezer Clothing Company, which operates in Accra, Cape Coast, and Kumasi, with established presence in foreign markets in UK, France, Belgium, and Hungary. In addition to his successful business, my father earns annual average profit of $80,000, and one of his notable achievements is being the sole designer and the producer of school uniform for government-owned school in Western Region and Greater Accra Region. In addition to his successful business, he has a track record of sponsoring educational pursuit in our family, having funded my sister to do her master's degree in textiles and design in Denmark. And since she has served in her education, she now holds a position as operational head in Ebenezer Clothing Company in Ghana. And upon successful completion, I also returned back.
Okay, so did you state your dad's annual income?
Yes, please. He earns $80,000.
Okay. Okay. So what school are you going to, and why did you choose this school?
I'm going to United States of America, specifically University of North Carolina. I choose University of North Carolina for its estimated reputation in business administration. They are robust academic curriculum, and the faculty members are renowned in their expertise, which are closely aligned with my career aspiration. Additionally, the university commitment fostering a close-knit community emphasizes values such as integrity and service-oriented character that resonate with my career aspiration. I am confident that study at the University of North Carolina will provide me needed support that will help me achieve both academically and personal growth upon my return to Ghana.
Okay, I think the reason why you are going is very to equip you with the necessary skills. You want to state a specific skill, and then you
Yes,
plan to come back to Ghana to work where? So upon my return to Ghana to work with this company.
yes, please. Yeah.
Okay.
So this degree will equip me with comprehensive skills such as marketing, financial management, leadership, that will help me to take up a managerial role in Ebenezer Clothing to oversee details activity that will to make sure that business goals are met effectively.
Okay. Okay. Why should I approve your visa?
Approving my visa will enable me to travel to the United States of America to pursue a 4-year bachelor degree in business administration, focusing on entrepreneurship and business management, to drive me to essential business principles such as marketing, finance, human resources, which I'm eager to deeper into. And upon successful completion, I return back to my home country to apply the comprehensive skills that will be gaining during my 4-year journey, such as strategic planning, financial management, marketing, and leadership, to take up a managerial role in my father's business, that's Ebenezer Clothing Company, to oversee details activity to make sure business goals are met effectively.
Where are you currently working?
I'm currently working in Ebenezer Clothing Company, where we deal in Ghanaian cloth and foreign lay, like Versace, Gucci, Louis Vuitton, and other brands, and working in there has
Are you
given much more.
married?
Please come again.
Are you married?
No, please, ma.
You don't have any children, correct?
No, please, ma.
So your dad is funding your education, your full cost of attendance, or you go partial scholarship?
My dad is funding my full cost of my attendance.
Okay. Okay, and you intend to come and work in this company?
Sure, yeah. After completing my 4-year bachelor degree, I return to my country to utilize the comprehensive skills that I will be gaining to make sure that
Okay,
business.
I'll be approving your visa.
Thank you.
So my
Oh,
feedback is that you just need to practice more to get the points more articulated so that you flow easily. So far the feedbacks that you gave me were on point and they were concise.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, so I have a question. Do you have any deficits?
Yes, please. I have a deficit
Is
of
that
20.
expanding his whole cost of attendance?
Okay,
Yeah.
and you have a bank statement to prove that?
Yes, please.
Okay, then that's okay. And why are you studying that particular course you want to study?
Yeah, I've been inspired to pursue, like, embark on my 4 years journey to earn my bachelor degree in business administration. And this program will offer a comprehensive versatile business concept. That's
Okay,
marketing, finance, and
that is good, I think. But have you studied anything in Ghana before going? Because you stated that it's 4 years undergraduate.
yeah. I completed my senior high school in 2021 as a business student in Pram Senior High School.
Okay, that is nice.
Oh,
It's
so
like
you are going to study undergraduate in the
yeah,
US?
so.
Yeah.
But to be frank, I'm very happy for your confidence. At least undergraduate.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, that is fine. Let's just
I,
pray so that you practice more. Then we see how it goes. Okay.
please, I didn't hear your last statement. You said,
Yeah, I said like I'm very happy to see that even though it's an undergraduate that you are going for, you have the confidence. It's like you have everything. You know what you are saying. So I think the only problem will be the bank statement. But once your father provides the bank statement and it's legit and it's complete and they think your dad can fund you, you shouldn't have any problem.
okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. So that was Kwabna, right?
Yes, please, ma'am.
Okay, Jay. Did you interview Jay already, right? Joy. Did you do an interview already, Joy?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Okay, let's quickly do the interview. Running behind time. What is your deficit? What is your cost of attendance, and what school are you going to?
My deficit is $24,000 now. I'm going to University of Southern Missouri.
Who is funding your deficit?
My mom, she's the one covering my funding deficit. Supposed to my education
Your line is
in
not
the
very
United States.
Okay, so I
we can
think
barely hear you.
she wrote in the chat, so I can take it from here. Okay, so Joy, I see you have a deficit of 24,000. You are going to pursue MBA program in human resources, and your
Yes, ma'am.
cost of attendance is 24,000, meaning your mom will be funding everything.
Yes,
And
ma'am. Yes.
yeah, I see your mom. I see, yeah, F1 or F2 attempt. So it's F1 that you are going to attempt. It's not F2 because you are the first
Yes.
person who is applying. Yeah, and your date is 25th. So yeah, let's take it from there. So Joy, tell me what you studied in undergraduate and what your final year thesis was on.
Sir, I cannot hear you, sir.
Tell me what you studied during your undergraduate and what your thesis was on.
Okay, sir. I studied computer science. I studied computer science in my undergraduate. I completed my studies in 2021 in the University of Odudua, in Odudua University in this Jesus.
Okay, so
Sorry, sir.
if you studied computer science, why are you switching to human resource?
Yeah, based on where currently I work at IBDC distribution company, which I work in Department of Human Resources. So at my attention, I've been drawn to most most um, most cases that I am very interested in studying human resources that I need to learn, like the recruitment officers and the learning and development training section.
Okay. So I think that is going to be a very big problem for you because you have to convince them why you leave a whole computer science and go and study human resources. Computer science is a very technical thing and they like it a lot and you've left it and you want to go and study human resources. You have to really defend yourself very well. But I think the best way you can defend yourself is to tell them that, oh, okay, you have realized that not just the technical components makes a company goes on, but you've realized human relation also plays a very vital role. So you understand. So you can coin it around that side and try and get something to tell them about why you've left computer science and are going to read human resource because they are going to ask you. It's very the probability of them asking you why you have left computer science to study human resources is very high because that is a lot of people want to leave human resources and even do computer science. But here's the case: you are doing the reverse. So you should know what triggered you to do that and give them a very nice answer. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So yeah. So I see you have a deficit of 24,000. Who will be funding that?
My mom will be the one fund. My mom will be funding my deficit, sir. She she has a two big store in Lagos where she sells fabrics and she distributes in wholesale and retail through Nigeria, across Nigeria. And she has 3 acres of land in Ifo. She earns she earns more than 5 million naira a month in a month.
Okay. So I think that answer you have it well, but just make sure you flow very well and mention the sum of the money in dollars if you can. So try and mention the sum of the money in dollars. And yeah, that answer you have it well planned. My mom is the one who's going to fund me. She has two big stores in Lagos, which she sells fabric, and she has about five. She has 20 workers, also so and so workers, or 20 staff strength, and earns about 20,000, 50,000 or $80,000 a year from it. And from there, she's going to fund me. She has been funding me since undergraduate, and she's willing to continue. So that should be the ideal answer. So, what are your plans after school?
Can we end the session with her so that we can try other people? The time is fast spent.
Yeah, so let her answer this question so that we end it. So, what are your plans after school?
I plan to return to my home country, Nigeria, to take the role of HR management to enable me to.
I cannot hear from you very well, but I think once you stated that you want to come back, that is okay. So, my plan is to come back to Nigeria, where I'll take up the role of HR BP, where I'll use the skills I've learned from the school I went. Maybe that you mentioned one or two skills you think you learned from the school to improve the human resource factor in our company and do ABCD. So I think that should be your answer. Your network hasn't been really helping very well, so I'll end this here. But keep in mind that you need to really justify why you are switching from computer science to human resources.
Yeah. Can we interview Comfort?
Hello, Comfort.
Is Isaac still on the call? He said, how do I send my documents? Isaac, are you still on the call? If you want to send me anything, I dropped my number in the chat so you can send me a message. Cornelius is saying, Excel, are you from Ghana or Nigeria? I'm from Ghana. Please, I need schools to apply for in the US. I'm an undergraduate. I think you would have to do some research yourself, but then once you have a specific program, we can help with research. Okay, so I think was patient the one that joined the call. Please, with a course like HR without funding, is it advisable to continue with the process? Yes, patient, you can still continue with the process and secure a student loan for the visa interview, and then once you come here, maybe you explore options for funding. I do have videos on my channel for the whole process, like how to get a school, how to get funding, how to reach out to professors, even some how to answer questions on the visa interview. So you want to check all of those videos out. You are not just joining the live. You want to make sure that you are getting something from the channel as well. That's why I'm saying you should subscribe, so that anytime I post, even about post visa plans after securing your visa, what's next, those videos, you'll be able to see them. I'm trying to go through the questions right now. There's nobody that's ready to be interviewed.
Well, please, I'm here.
Okay. This is George, right?
Yes, please.
Okay. Where do you want to interview George?
Okay. Hello, George. Can you please tell me about the course you are going to read and what you read during your undergraduate?
Okay, so I'm going for a master's degree in supply chain management at Georgia State University, and then I hold a
What?
bachelor's degree in procurement and supply chain management from the University of Cape Coast.
Okay, that's good.
Hello.
Yeah, I
Okay.
can hear from you. And your family situation.
So currently with funding, I didn't get any funding from the school. However, I've been applying to some graduate assistantships via Handshake, of which I haven't yet gotten any positive feedback yet. But I'm still optimistic that maybe as time goes on, before my interview, I would get a response that would at least give me some form of tuition remission.
Okay, but are you planning to apply for Empower or something? So
Yes, so
you, yeah.
I'm I'm currently in the process of applying for Prodigy since Empower doesn't support the school. So
Okay,
I'm
okay, yeah.
trying to using Prodigy. Yes, please.
Okay, okay, yeah. I know Empower has a certain some typical schools they work with and others they don't work with. So
Yes,
okay,
please.
then let's continue. So
Okay.
tell me about what you studied, why you studied supply chain and your final year research
Okay.
during your undergraduate.
So I decided to study a master's. I decided to study a bachelor's in supply chain because I wanted to know the stages and activities involved in the flow of goods and services from the point of origin to the point of consumption. That is, from the supplies end to that of the consumer. So my final year research was on the various sustainable supply chain practices that the various people within the local food service industry in Ghana practice. And then if that particular practice informs their decision making on what to buy and how to buy.
Okay. So that is very, like the confidence is A1 and what you're saying too is it's good. It's very good. But I think I would like you to add maybe some problem that you wanted to fix. Like Ghana, we have a lot of supply chain problems.
Yes,
Like
sure.
I remember when I was going to apply for my visa, I told them that I studied transportation engineering because I realized a lot of foods go waste and they don't get to the markets they before their expiring time. So being somebody who was keen and who likes food, I wanted to study and build roads well so that the foods can be transported to the marketplace as quick as possible. So I think you can chip in you can generate something of that sort and add to it. You understand? Then I
Okay,
think
sir. Well
yeah,
noted.
yeah, yeah. So I think that answer is on point. And once you add that small problem and the solution, you should be on the top of your game. Yeah. So what is your study plan?
So the Master of Science degree in Supply Chain Management at Georgia State University is a 1 year STEM designated program. which begins for 2024 and ends in the summer 2025. It has a total credit hour of 30, of which I'll be taking courses like supply chain strategy and quality management in the fall semester, data mining and supply chain analytics in the spring semester, and then I'll climax the program with a capstone project in the summer semester.
Okay, that is good. So have you gone in touch? Have you been in touch with any professor?
So since the program is not a thesis-based program, I haven't yet been in contact with the professor. However, I'm in contact with the program coordinator in the person of Dr. Isam Muzawi, who really explains the ins and outs of the program and what I stand to gain after completion, and then the skills I will be able to acquire when I successfully graduate from the program, and how it will help shape the supply chain environment.
Okay, so what are your post-graduation plans?
So I intend to return to Ghana, specifically Swift Code Logistics, where I currently work, in order to use data mining and supply chain analytic models to assist the business mitigate its supply chain operational risk, specifically delivery delays and the supply of inferior goods, which has been a major challenge facing the business over the last few years. I would also want to set up a supply chain consultancy firm in the long run, where I'll be providing supply chain consultancy advices to small and medium scale enterprises in order for them to optimize their supply chain as well as improve upon the general efficiency of their business.
Okay, that's excellent. That's excellent. Let's talk about your funding. So, how are you going to fund all that ambition?
Okay, so my education will be sponsored by my uncle in the person of Mr. Freeman Osebun to Bismarck. He's a software engineer at the Ghana National Petroleum Corporation and he's been in service for the past 21 years. He also doubles up as the CEO of Swift School Logistics, where I currently work, and the business deals in the importation of hardwares, specifically photocopier machines, scanners, plotters, printers, and money counting machines from China and Germany. And then he also has some landed properties here in Accra. He's sponsoring me because of my commendable undergraduate performance, where I graduated with a CGPA of 3.8 over 4.0, emerging as the best graduating student in the department and the best student athlete in the whole university. He also wants me to return to Ghana to use the skills gained to assist the business, that is Swift School Logistics, mitigate its supply chain related risk, which has been a major problem facing the business over the last few years.
Okay, that was excellent, but you didn't talk about how much it's worth so that at least. Anyway, the bank statement can do that, but it's advisable you mentioned that, oh, maybe he earns X amount of money. Yeah.
Okay, sir. Well noted.
Yeah, I think in all, everything is on point. When
Yeah.
you do small things, everything should be fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you. And I pray you get a reply from the handshake jobs you've applied to. Yeah. Sometimes you get hit
Amen.
before.
Amen.
Normally, when you go to the professor's office and speak with the professor, it's easy to get funding that way than speaking to the professor online. I've seen a lot of people come here with loans, but they didn't use the loans at the end of the day. They just used the loans as a means of getting their visa. So yeah.
Okay. Can we interview Rafael?
I think we've already interviewed Rafael.
Okay.
I'm sorry, can I add something? He just mentioned something about not using the loan and
Yeah.
something about the professor. Can you just repeat that? I didn't get you.
Okay. So this is what happens when you get the admission. You need a proof of funding to be able to get the visa. And I have seen people do it many times. They go for the loans like Empower or the Prodigy and send it to the visa interview. So once they send it to the visa interview and they get approved for the visa and they come to US, they then go back to Empower and say, no, I have let's say some job from the school, so I don't need your loan again. And I've seen a lot of people do it. And it's easier for you to walk to a professor's office and present your case and let him fund you than you being online in Ghana or Nigeria and sending him an email that you want to be his student. Do you get it?
Yes. Thank you.
Yeah. So some people just use their loan as a means to get to the US. And once they get here, they don't use it. Then they try as hard as possible to find funding, even if not in the same school. If it's another school, once you get into the US, and that is it, you can just transfer your service record to another school and continue from there. If you have a professor from there who is willing to sponsor you. So this person I'm talking about came and he drove to the school. His uncle drove him to the school. They went to meet the civil professors and he explained, "Oh yeah, I'm from Ghana. I'm very hardworking. Look at my grade. This is my record, and I can teach this and this is what I do. I don't know if you have uh, an opening in your research lab. I would like to join." Sometimes the professor can look into your face and tell you no, but it's easier for them to send you an email and tell you, "I don't have any research position." I hope you get it.
Yeah, can we please interview Unice? She said in the chat she wanted to be interviewed again, and we'll do Emmanuel. I'm not admitting anyone again for the day.
Okay, can you please interview Unice?
Okay, hi Eunice.
Hello, good evening once again.
Yeah. How are you funding your education?
All right. St. Louis University gave me an admission in cybersecurity master program, and I was given a partial funding, and the rest of the funding will come from a student loan, which I got that will cater for the whole studies.
Okay. So you want to state that you got a student loan amount of this that will cater for your studies. I think Eunice, we've given you this feedback. You got a student loan amount of the remaining amount, which is the deficit, and then you plan to repay monthly repayment. Talk about the monthly repayments and how long you are going to pay the loan for. Just so that the visa officer is assured that you know what you are going in for when you take a student loan and you know what you are about. Okay.
Can I do that again?
Yeah.
Okay. I got a partial funding of $1,000, and I got a student loan that will be covering the remaining $38,150, which make up my whole cost of study of $39,150. And also the loan company gave a flexible plan of 10 years, which I intend to pay up while I finish studying, 6 months after I finish my study, and I'll be coming back in my current place of work to take up a role as the head of ICT department. And this role pays as high as $100,000 annually, which I'll use to pay back my loan.
Okay,
Oh
that's
yeah, that
excellent.
was good.
Yeah.
So you don't wait for the visa officer to tell you to give you more information. This was perfect.
Yeah.
Okay. Why the US and not any other country?
Okay. The US is a leading country for cybersecurity program, and they offer a wide range of specialization, like the one I'll be taking in St. Louis University cybersecurity. And also, I'll be learning some skills in cyber threat and defense, cybersecurity principle, applied analytic, and others. And these skills will enable me take up the role in my current job, because there has been this position I've wanted to take, but I need a master's degree in cybersecurity to be able to take up this role. So after getting this education from the US, it will place me on a very high demand to take up this role.
So the degree will help you get a certain skill that will help
Yes.
you take the I think you just need to reframe that getting this degree will help me acquire a step further in my career from the role that you are currently working in. So it's more or less like you are getting this role for a promotion, right?
Yes. Yes. Can I
Okay.
chip in, like I'm working currently like an assistant in this role, and also in my DS 160, I mentioned that I'm taking a part-time job in teaching aspect actually, and this role will also, can I chip in this part in it?
Yes, you can.
Okay.
Okay. So, why the US?
All right. I chose the US because it's a leading country in cybersecurity program, and it
Okay.
offers a wide range
Okay.
of
Can you tell me about your study plan?
my study plan. When
Yeah.
I finished my master's degree in cybersecurity from St. Louis University, I intend to come back to my country to take up a role as the head of cybersec, as the role of, as the head of, sorry, as the head of ICT department in my current place of work, and this role pays an amount of $100,000 annually, which I intend to use to pay up my loan, my student loan.
Okay. Right. Do you have any feedback for her?
I think this is getting better than the earlier
Yeah.
one we did.
Yeah.
And I think once she takes time and write it again and read through it again, everything should be fine. Yeah.
Okay. The last person for the day will be Emmanuel. Hi, Emmanuel. How are you doing today? Hi, Emmanuel. Are you ready to be interviewed?
Yes, please.
Okay. How are you funding your education?
My education will be funded by my mom, who is a CEO of Easy Importation Ghana, and also I'm a teacher, and I've accumulated some amount of money in my bank, where I will be using that for my books and other stuff.
Okay. And how much is your mom earning?
She earns an annual income of $90,000 US.
So when I asked you who is funding your education, you didn't have to wait for me to ask how much your mom is earning. My mom is funding
Okay.
my education. You tell a little bit about your mom's business. She earns an annual income of 90,000, and she's the one funding my studies.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think that's it. So my mom is the one who is going to fund my education. She earns so and so amount, and she has this business where she has employed 20 people. She's been funding my education since undergraduate and is willing to continue to fund me. So
The network.
yeah.
Okay, and
Hello.
yeah,
Yeah.
we can
Please.
hear you.
Yeah, the network wasn't. The gentleman speak. I couldn't hear from him very well.
Right.
Okay, let me say that again. So all you had to say was my mom is the one who is going to fund my education. She earns
Yeah.
X amount of money and she works in this business and has a staff strength of, let's say, 20 people. And she's been funding my education since undergraduate and is willing to continue and is committed to continue to fund me. So I think that's as simple and it's concise.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Emmanuel, why the US? I think his network is not helping.
The
Okay.
network.
Yeah. Why the US?
US as an advanced country has one of the greatest educational system in the world, and studying from such country, specifically from a school called University of Bridgeport, will help me gain knowledge and skills to advance in my career goal as a lecturer when I return back in country, Ghana.
Okay, so I think your first beginning of your answer was very generic. So let's say you meet a video that cuts in, you listen to the first line and ask you the next question. So it means you don't say anything for that question. So as an
Pardon?
advanced country is very generic. US as an advanced country is very generic. Look for something more specific that, like maybe your school is located in the US your school provides hands-on experience for students that are studying this program, and studying this program will grant you the necessary skills to come back to your home country to assume the position of a lecturer. So, like, maybe you can look at what skills does a lecturer need to excel, and then you say that the school will help you acquire that skill to come back to Ghana to be that lecturer. So your beginning was very generic, and then if the this interview cuts you in, you might find yourself wanting. George said, "Great initiative. We pray we get our visas. We all get our visas. It's better to be over prepared than under prepared. We should also include the God factor, and everything will be fine." That's spot on. That's why I pinned the comment. It's better to be over prepared than under prepared. So if you continue to join these sessions, you listen to people's story, and then you change your story, it will get better, right? So I think
Okay.
for Emmanuel, you just need to get your stories right, and then we can do this on Monday too, same time, 7 p.m. GMT.
Okay, that's Monday.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much.
Yeah, someone said my number is not on WhatsApp. Please, I send the number without the country code, so you can add the +1. It's on WhatsApp.
Okay.
602-815-216. And I think basically someone said it's, yeah, I think he was answered, not at all. He says that it's a natural stammer disadvantage during a visa interview, not at all. So to clear the air, the moment you get the video, tell them that you stammer, and that will be fine. And that's very true.
Yeah, and I think when you tell them that, I think they'll have more time for you, and
yeah,
they know they cannot discriminate against you. So
yes.
yeah.
Someone said, I have a doubt that you say my funding in dollars for who. You said that you always want to mention every money in the equivalence of a dollar so that the visa officer can actually understand what you are saying. So we can drop Emmanuel. Comfort was never able to join. I don't know why. So yeah, that'll be it for today's session. If you have not joined from the other days, you can go back to see. Yesterday it was a different guest speaker, so the ideas is different. You need a cocktail of information. It means that you need pieces of every bit of information from different perspectives to make sure that your stories are right. We will continue to do this Monday through Friday next week, God willing. You want to show up anytime you are able to, because once you listen to other people's story, once you listen to the criticisms, it gets better with time. And so thank you so much, Bright, for answering our invitation. I'm sure that you'll be here again. If you have any last words, just say it, and then we'll end today's session. You are muted.
Thank you for having me too, and we just have to keep preparing. Over preparation is not bad, so we just have to keep preparing. And every day, once we know we have visa interview, we have to keep refining our ideas. Whenever we are at work, let's be thinking about what can I say to make this thing better? What can I say to make what I want to say better? So we should be writing it down, reading it through over and over again, so that we don't get caught up. And we should think about questions that maybe we don't think the access. Yeah, but we should just think through it. And maybe I have a Telegram channel where a lot of people put their transcripts there. I can send it over to her, then she put it in their groups. Then you can join and see what people say and what people were asked. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, everyone. So if you're in the WhatsApp group, yesterday I shared some groups that are doing visa hunting and all of that. So you can join those groups as well. Thank you for Bright for coming. I think that is just constant practice, constant practice. We've all been scared before, right? That's why we are doing this, to make sure that everyone is okay. Please do want to subscribe to the channel. I just spent 2 hours on this live, right? Just trying to help people prep. So the least you can do is to subscribe to the channel for me. Give the video a thumbs up, and then you want to comment in the YouTube as well. Okay, so thank you everyone for joining. And I'll see you next Monday. Tomorrow, my schedule is a bit tight. So I'll see you all next Monday. Someone is asking for the WhatsApp group. So I'll quickly drop the link to the WhatsApp group, and then we can end the session for today. Give me a second. Yeah, Boahem, I've sent the WhatsApp group link, so you should be able to access it. But once I ended, all the comments disappear. So click on the comment before I end the session. Chuku, nice to meet you. Boahem, Aiden, George, thank you all for joining. Patience, Juliet, Emmanuel, Cornelius, Aiden. Thank you all for joining today. Isaac, I was never able to interview you, but you had some questions. You can text my number. So Mr. Traveler, Isaac Boche, Testimony, George. Thank you all for joining. Colin, Sadikamen, Opeye. The name, I'm not getting it right. Yeah, thank you all for joining. See you all on Monday. Bye.